Blue's Clues was actually kind of hard for me to do, even though I loved it and I was proud of it and I knew I had a great thing going. It was actually a hard gig for me. It was way later in my life that I kind of was able to look back and like learn a lesson that Steve taught every day on that show, which was I would stand in front of the camera and ask for help.
That's so cool, man. Wow, that is really cool.
And it wasn't until I did that in the moment I did that in my life, it was the most transformative thing that ever happened in my life.
Happy Friday, everybody. Thanks
Here we
so
go.
much. It is the Brotherly Little Pod in the house.
Wow.
And we have...
This is crazy.
All right.
We have a live audience with our pod, guys, here in Richmond, Virginia at... shout out to Richmond.
All right.
At the GalaxyCon.
At the GalaxyCon. Pretty amazing.
Very happy to be here. Thank you all for coming.
Thank
showing
you so
support.
much.
We
truly.
really appreciate it.
Yes, we do. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And now we're going to pretend like you're not here.
Yes.
And we're just going to have a conversation between three brothers.
Yes. Exactly right. But we will feel the love. Trust me. What's going on, guys?
Well, I don't know. It's been kind of crazy
It
for
has,
me.
it has.
I don't know. I didn't
Likewise.
sleep.
I didn't sleep either.
No, yeah, our flight was delayed last night, like 2.5 hours, 3 hours. So we landed this morning at like 8:30 or 9.
Flew
and
through the night.
Came
I
right
was
here.
actually shooting all day yesterday. Had a 5 a.m. call.
Actually, wait, let's get into this. Matt and I were supposed to be here on Thursday.
Right.
Early, so we
Right.
were going to have a great night and relax
This
and
is
wake
true.
up.
Enjoy Richmond.
Enjoy Richmond, because,
Yes.
why not? And then we
Yes.
get a call from Joe saying, guys, I got a problem. I got a scheduling conflict. I gotta shoot. Can't fly in, so I got to take the red eye. It's going to be horrible.
Yeah.
It's going to be, I'm flying all night,
Yeah.
man. And then the next thing I know is I get an email saying my flight was changed to the red eye.
Well, I wasn't flying alone. I
Hold
don't
on,
fly
let me
alone.
explain this. Joe put a lot of guilt
Yeah, that's what I do.
on us to go with him.
I didn't get any guilt. I didn't get asked.
No. I give the guilt to Matt, and by the time it trickles down to the little brother, it's just you're doing it. That's it.
Apparently.
Yeah,
true.
That's the way it works. I had a shoot. I'm working with Listerine, this brand new clinical solutions line. They have this new clinical solutions line. It's fantastic. Anyway, I'm working with them, and the shoot had to be Thursday. There was no other day they could do it because it's corporate. And a bunch of people were coming out, and the whole thing. And so it had to be that. So we had to change it, and thank God my brothers didn't go without me, and I didn't have to fly by myself.
We didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
There was no choice.
Slight strong arming, maybe a little bit of guilt along the way.
The best-
We're
It's
here
great.
and we're happy to be here.
Wait, you missed
are.
one little factoid.
What? What did he miss?
The best thing was that Andy and I got to the airport.
Yeah.
And then Joe didn't even want us to go through security without him.
Yeah.
What would you have done?
They were.
Would you have waited? Like,
Now we're waiting outside for 20, 30 minutes.
Yep. I was a little late, but that's not my fault again. The shooting went long.
And then we're really late and we're
Yeah,
panicked. So
right.
we're rushing to the gate.
This
We
is
get
true.
to the gate and it says,
final boarding. We're like,
final
"Oh,
boarding
no!"
call. We run like Home Alone to the front with our,
the door closes and the guy's like, oh no, you're on the next flight.
It was, yeah, you're delayed.
Yep.
2.5 hours.
Not your flight. And then we had a connection,
That
and
was
that
late,
was
didn't it?
delayed, and then we didn't get in here. We didn't get in here until about 11 a.m. this morning. So I've been up since 4 o'clock Thursday morning, Pacific time. Yeah.
And the funny thing is, Joe just came up to me before we came out here and he came to me and said, look at my eyes, Matt.
dude, they're bad. Dude, they are bad. If you were
I
close.
can't even have a conversation with you right
Looks
now.
like I've been drinking all night. I mean, it really does. My eyes are bloodshot. I had to use the restroom. Wanted to, before, and I was like, I'm gonna go use the restaurant.
So
And
TMI.
I said restaurant
What?
instead of restroom. I'm losing my mind.
Oh.
And I said, I literally
Sure.
couldn't even go to dinner with you guys and have a conversation.
Freudian
yeah,
slip.
let alone, and I'm a little
How do you
hungry.
use the restroom?
No, I'm a little
What?
hungry. I'm a little hungry too. But
Well, that was another funny thing.
What?
Then we get here and I'm like, I'm so tired. I just want
yeah.
to lay down and take a nap.
We gotta eat first.
We gotta eat. We gotta
gotta
eat.
get some breakfast.
So
Gotta
I
eat.
don't go.
Wait, stop serving
You wanna
breakfast.
take the story
No, I'm sorry. Well, let me be Joe. You be you. I'll be Joe.
Okay, so we said, okay, fine. I won't take a nap. We'll go downstairs.
Yeah, we gotta eat breakfast.
So we go downstairs and we're sitting there and I'm Joe. We're here. What do you want?
Hey, I'm on the phone. I'll be down there in 35 minutes.
hey, man, you got stuff going on. I got kids.
Who does that?
I have a wife. I can't just. I mean, things come up.
We gotta get breakfast.
gotta
I'll be
get-
there in 45 minutes.
I know.
Like, what? You down there now? Great. See you in an hour and a half.
Yep. I hate you guys.
Try everything on the menu. Let me know what to get.
Yep, I did say order some stuff. If it's good, I'll order it too. Yes. Oh, thank you. Thanks so much, Tim. That's our producer, Tim.
You blew the mic out.
I do that. Powerful voice box.
You do. Whenever we're singing and we're recording music together, which, by the way, that song that we were playing at the beginning, that's going to be our new theme song. Andy actually wrote that, and we all sang on it. And we're going to be releasing that soon. Yes. Oh, he likes that.
Thank you.
He likes that. Look at him. I did write it.
We all wrote it.
Yeah.
We all wrote it.
Of course we did. Yeah, we all wrote that. No, we all take turns at pulling the, doing the heavy lifting. I did a lot early on. Obviously paved the way for these guys. Otherwise, they wouldn't be here. And then, and then
Some sort of statute of limitations on paving the way.
Not in my book. No, it was a big path, dude. It was a heavy wooded area, and you guys were just able to. It was a yellow brick road by the time you guys got on it. Yeah. Right into a TV show. I'm the one that had to pave the way. I'm in New York. Yeah, I'm the one paving the way in New York, slugging it out in train stations. My mom got thrown into a trash can. We literally got off. True story, first time.
Story.
I know, but I'm going to tell it again because
They've probably heard it.
Maybe. Have you guys heard the trash can story? You have? Wow.
They like the pod.
Round
of applause for you guys.
That's really something. Anyway, there was a lot of paving that went on the first, 18 months when I was 5. Matt was with us. He was just in a stroller. He was just goo-gooing and sucking down bottles. That's what he was doing. Literally. And anyway, so my mom got thrown into eating. We ate Chuckles and Charms. That's right. Yeah, those candies. I don't know if you ever remember that. Mine was Reese's Pieces. My mom got me those. If I, nailed it, I got some Reese's
Joe
Pieces.
was like E.T. My mom would just put the Reese's Pieces into the audition room.
And I'd eat them.
Go in and
It's true. It's true.
Back into the car.
Nailed it. Crushed it. Did a lot of commercials. Anyway, so that led us out to California, and then we had some success.
Way to catch them up.
Yeah.
They already know all.
I know. I just like telling you. It makes me feel so good about myself. So
it's the reminiscing thing. You always tell me he's going down memory lane.
I do. I'm tired, so I'm just going to what I know. Me.
Head can't.
Me in my life.
Matt looks up and his eyes cross. We found that out the other day when he starts to go
it's
through
what I'm
memory
thinking,
lane.
is what you said.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what that is, but apparently I think, and I don't know.
His eyes go up. You should see us trying to make these social things. We do these social.
They saw us try to pick the seats. What are you talking about?
Oh,
we could barely get through that.
That's it. I don't know if you've ever seen any of our socials on Instagram and stuff, but man, that is it's pure chaos.
4 old guys.
We just are yelling and screaming, and it's just like, no.
I think
what? What do you think? What?
You just asked them if they had seen our socials.
Yeah.
Of course they've seen the socials.
Well, I don't know. I don't take anything for granted, man.
Oh, my Lord.
I humbly walk into every situation hoping for the best. That's what I do. What do you guys do? Clearly what? You just assume. Captain Arrogant over there. Of course, youth is arrogance, isn't it? Youth is arrogance.
Speaking of being humble, I'm very humbled because we have a very special guest today.
We do?
We have a very special guest to invite out on stage.
Oh, wow.
I'm pretty stoked about this. He was a huge part of my childhood. Steve Burns, everybody!
Steve Burns, here, you take this seat. I'll put you in the middle.
What's up, buddy? How are you?
What's up?
Welcome to the pod. Welcome to the pod.
What's up, baby girl?
Yeah, what's up, man? Wow, what are you doing? It's like 90s hip hop, right?
Yeah,
You just did a little Mark Wahlberg. You're like, oh yeah. Yeah, from the front to the back, which I don't know. Everybody said it. Why did they all say that in the 90s? From the front to the back. That was it's a very strange thing, I don't
just
know.
wanted
That's
to
really
encompass everything. In the 90s, they were just trying to be as inclusive as inclusive of the front as we were of the back.
Absolutely. Yeah. Can you feel
I
it?
like your tone, by the way.
I know.
You just set a whole new tone for us.
You did.
We're out here gabbing away like this.
I
We're
know,
like,
I was
so.
literally saying backstage, I was like, these gentlemen have a lot of energy.
Oh yeah, East Coast Italians, and we haven't slept for 3 days.
I heard that.
Hopped up on caffeine. Absolutely.
I gotta be wary about leaning because I'm blocking the camera.
Yeah.
Also, the mics, we have to hold the mics down here, I'm being told, because they're more or
Well,
less...
I think we do. You can hold it wherever you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna be this. So did you really? Who said that they haven't slept since yesterday at 4 a.m.?
Me.
He in particular,
For
all of
real?
us.
Yeah,
though.
I didn't.
Is it real?
It's real.
Yeah,
How
it's
are
real.
You look amazing. You look fine.
I appreciate it, man. I don't know. I don't know how I'm doing it. But yeah.
I'm actually dead inside.
And
I
I'm
have
not
no idea.
really. I know. You know, it's interesting because the older you get, you don't know how you do the things you do actually. But and I'm getting old now. Which
How
is
old are you,
I'm
Jeff?
47.
Are you really?
I am.
That makes sense, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
How old are you, Steve?
I'm 50. I just turned 50 this year.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Wow.
Yeah.
What the heck?
My
Get
sister,
down on it.
Oh, no.
my sister crushed on you so hard, and that makes perfect sense that you're 47. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
really,
Yeah.
that's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a wild ride. I can't believe I've been doing this 43 years. I mean, it's.
I guess you have, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's really wild, you know, to think about that. And you know, you always go from being the youngest guy in the room, and every room I walk into now, I'm either one of the oldest or the oldest.
But seriously,
In all these rooms, you know.
how old do you think you could play? Because I have an idea in my mind just looking at you. It's like I'm sitting. For those listening at home, I am sitting 3 feet away from this dude.
Wow, cool. I think I don't know. You know, it's so weird because it really depends. Fortunately, in my line of work, as you know, men tend to get to play a little younger than they are most of the time. So you know, I feel like. Shut up, Andy.
He's loving this.
No. So I feel like so many times like they still like.
I haven't really hit my stride yet.
No, well I haven't. Thanks for saying that because I absolutely haven't. No, but and I feel like you know if Tom Cruise is still playing 50 at 61 and Pitt's still playing 50 at 60 or whatever, I feel like probably you know I could probably play late 30s. You know.
I think you played 30 years old for straight
Really?
up for real.
Wow.
Don't you think?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And I haven't slept in 2 days, so let me get some beauty sleep, and then you never know what happens.
Yeah.
No, I
Well,
appreciate
if
that.
this
Thanks,
was
man.
the 90s and if it was 90210, you would be 30 on that show.
You know what? You're right.
That's probably real.
That is,
actually,
you know,
yeah.
actually, it is weird because people often say like, because a lot of those people are a lot older, and they're, and it is strange because I actually played the age I was when I was that age,
That's
and a
true.
lot of people
You
on
looked
TV
older.
in the '90s.
You had crazy hair though. That's how
I
you
know,
can tell.
my hair-
because you could be any age when you have that much hair.
Dude, I
Yeah.
had. You know, it's funny because that reminds me. And it's a story about you too, but it's like I had this crazy mane of hair. It was super thick. I had so much hair, and I hated having long hair on that show, on Blossom in particular. And they made me keep it long because it became so iconic. All I wanted to do was shave it. After Mission Impossible came out, the first one, I wanted Tom Cruise's buzz cut so bad, and I couldn't do it. And I just wanted, and then finally I did, and then I shaved it clean. Everyone thought I had lost my hair, and I didn't. It just, you know, I'm follically challenged compared to what I was, but it's still there. And now I wish I had the thick hair, and I don't have as thick
I don't
hair
want to hear
anymore.
this story.
I know, man. But wait, but isn't it?
Oh, look at that. You offended my phone.
I'm sorry, but isn't it true that, or did I misread this? That when you were doing Blue's Clues, that you started losing your hair too,
Oh, fast.
and it really weirded you out, right? Because you're doing like a kid show, and you didn't you say something like, I'm not putting words in your mouth. There was something to the extent of like, I don't want to lose my hair in front of all these kids on a kid show or something.
It wasn't so much a vanity thing as
Right.
it was like I had to occupy a specific space.
Right,
Like
right.
I am not your peer. I'm maybe your older brother. Like
Right.
I'm sort of a kid, man, child thing.
Yeah.
And my hair was going like so fast. I was like, this is happening.
Yeah.
And you know.
Oh my God.
And I was like, I took a good look at my wardrobe, and I realized these people are not going to find an appropriate wig for me. There will, there will be.
Oh God.
There will be.
It'll look like, yeah, man.
There will be no dignity in the Nick Jr. toupee.
Oh my God.
You know.
Oh my
So I
God.
was
Smart. You're smart, yeah.
And also, I mean, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It was time. You know, I
Yes.
had done so many episodes of that show.
I get it.
Where I was like, am I really doing my best anymore? And am I aging out of what this needs to be?
Yeah.
Is what it really kind of came
And
down
you
to.
did you never intended to be in the kid space like that, right? How did that happen? How did like Blue's Clues happen? And what was your
It
background
was such a
initially?
phenomenon.
Because it
too.
was.
It became like
it was.
Just, it was the.
It almost didn't happen, which is the weirdest thing because, you know, I moved to New York like when I was 21
From where?
from nowhere, Pennsylvania.
Okay, I was. If you had ended it nowhere, I would have been like, oh, nowhere. Okay.
Pennsylvania.
Is that a Mus Etheridge
We're
song?
from Philly.
Where are you from Philly? I'm from
Yeah.
Pottstown.
Pottstown. Okay.
Wow.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Cool.
People
cool.
from Philly know where Pottstown is.
Yes, absolutely. Yep.
I did know you guys were from Philly, and I forgot that till
That's
right now,
crazy.
but I did know that.
All right.
Yeah, I'm Italian. So
Hey,
hey,
buddy. Paisan.
What up, man?
yeah, no
Yeah.
wonder. No wonder we're sitting here today.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I moved to New York to fail privately as Al Pacino. You know, when I was in college, I won like an acting award, like a national acting award for being really serious, like super pretentious, like ridiculously serious. You know what I'm talking about.
Of course.
And that's what I thought I was going to do when I came to New York.
That's crazy.
Because that's what I thought I was good at.
Yeah.
And Blue's Clues was like, I don't know, my 4th audition or something like that.
Oh my gosh.
And I thought it was to be the voice of a animated character.
Wow.
And the truth is, I swear to God, if I had known it was to be the guy on the show, I probably wouldn't have gone.
No way.
Isn't that crazy?
Not because I was like poo-pooing children's TV. It's just that I thought there would be no way that would be something I could even do. I had long hair. I had earrings. I smoked. It was ridiculous.
Oh my God.
You know, it was.
This guy's perfect.
Yeah.
Listen to me, kids.
That's the guy.
That era, kind of.
When you're learning your ABCs, you got to, sing a song. It's gonna be great.
But
We love it. This is the guy for kids.
He's like the Pacino for the youth. This guy.
Look at him.
What do you want?
Dangerous actor.
But no,
Learn to count, kids.
That's not all you want to know. Trust me. It's not all you want to know. That could be your slogan. Pacino for kids.
But I kind of blew the audition, and that's how I got the job, because the show, it was written like a game show. It was written like kind of like a Nickelodeon game show, where you're like, which one is the triangle? Do you know? You guessed it. Great job. Like you win a prize, kind of thing.
Gotcha.
And
like a Double Dare.
Yeah. Not quite that, but more like a game show.
Yeah.
And I got there and I was like, oh hell no, I'm gonna act the shit out of this. You know. So like, if like if this was too close to the camera, I was like here. I was like, which one is it? Do you know?
Dude, it worked.
I made this whole thing about how I was like being like I didn't know and I needed them to know, and it was really weird. I remember in the audition, it was
perfect.
weird. It was like actually weird in the room.
This guy's creepy as hell.
Yeah, it
Perfect for
was really
kids.
Strange. and the deal is the creators of the show saw that and they were like, huh, that's weird, but that kind of works. And Nickelodeon was like, no, we want someone more conventionally handsome.
Okay.
Like one of these guys, right?
Okay. No.
And so the deal was they had me, they showed the tapes to kids and videotaped the responses and showed that to Nickelodeon, right? And so like handsome guy, there was me and like a conventionally handsome guy down for the job. Right. And the handsome dude was like, which one is the triangle?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Do you know? Hey,
oh my gosh.
Good job. Right?
Oh my gosh.
And the kids in the room were like,
yeah. Oh my gosh.
they're like, it's over there. It's that one, man. It's that one.
Oh my gosh.
And then quirky weird guy comes up and I'm like, which one do you know? And the kids are like, we have to help this man. We have to help him. We must help him. And they're like crawling over each other, touching the screen. Some of them are mad at me. They're like, what unit's right there? You know. You idiot! Exactly. Perfect. So whatever crazy, and you guys know how this is. Like whatever desperate choice I made in that audition because I felt like I shouldn't be there was the thing that got me that job.
It's so ironic sometimes.
The intimacy, though, that you created, like you would. I mean, I was a kid. I remember you drew. I was pulled in. I really was, man.
There was an innate investment that you just had. Apparently, you know what I mean? I think that was it. You just seemed extremely invested in their journey. And I think, and it's so funny, like what makes a great host, right? And I got my start in what arguably was the greatest late night host of all time, which was Johnny Carson, right? And we've seen great hosts throughout their careers. Like Ryan Seacrest is a great host because he has an investment in whatever you're doing, in those people, whether it's contestants on American Idol or whether it's on his radio show, whatever it is, you just genuinely feel, whether it's true or not, he's able to make you believe that he's extremely invested in the journey of who's watching. And you did that, and I think that's great hosting. I think that's what it is.
Well, thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
I mean, certainly those two are great.
Yeah.
Blue's Clues was a little bit breakthrough in one way, which in many ways, but in I think one very important way. Like a lot of kids TV, it's kind of a convention of kids TV that it talks to the camera, right? Everyone talks to the camera in kids TV.
Right.
Mr. Rogers, Sesame Street.
Everyone.
But you waited for an answer.
We listened to
Yes.
the camera.
Right.
Yes.
Right, and I tried to make that as believable as possible, as viable as possible, and I didn't think it was going to work. I was like, "There's no way. This is too weird.
Yeah.
There's no way. This is the Rocky Horror Children's Show. This isn't going to be a thing."
My
but
gosh.
then y'all responded, so
There was so
Yeah,
much
they did.
authenticity in the weirdness. We couldn't help it.
I'm authentically weird, man.
Dude, but seriously, it was such a huge.
Now, see, all this weight, and I'm gonna bring the levity back into it when it comes to just making weird choices and somebody getting the role. I had this big screen test for this big show with all these incredible people, right? And it was me and this other guy, and I show up, and I'm really, I'm trained, I'm really clear-minded, I'm focused, and this guy is drunk, and he says, "Watch this. I'm gonna roll in there and do a backflip and get the part." And he rolled in there and did a backflip, and they roared and gave him the part. So sometimes you can do these random choices, and it really does come down to just.
Moral of the story: start drinking. Each and every one of you. No, I'm just kidding. Totally kidding. Just
true.
kidding.
Be a functioning drunk. That's Matt's advice. No.
Well, I guess people want to be surprised.
They want to be
You know?
surprised.
Good point.
Absolutely.
Well, I feel like when they don't really know what they want, if you do something that's very unexpected and very different, it's the human nature is that they go, maybe that's what we want, maybe because it was so different, Exactly. But did you? And I'm not going to get too heavy here, but you've read and or we've read that you got depressed when you were making the show, or what? How did that? What was the journey of that?
Yeah, well,
Because you were 100 and some episodes in, you were winning Emmys and all this stuff, but you were like,
I never. Elmo won all the Emmys. So I didn't win any.
sorry about that, Steve.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. There you go.
You're just laughing with the award.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it went, actually, every year.
It was Grover and Elmo. It was Grover and Elmo. I'm sorry about that, Steve. Yeah, it was
great. That was great.
Oh man, I don't even have a
We've
voice.
turned this into Steve's worst nightmare.
No.
Those
Hey, man,
bastards.
I love Grover especially, but the mental health thing. Yeah, like Blue's Clues was actually kind of hard for me to do, even though I loved it and I was proud of it and I knew I had a great thing going. It was actually a hard gig for me, and I didn't realize while I was doing that show that I had undiagnosed severe clinical depression the entire time.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
And it was kind of no joke. And I didn't really know what was going on. And you can imagine that kind of made my job hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I had to be the happiest man in North America professionally.
Yeah.
Every day.
Wow.
And I had to provide America's kids with self-esteem. And I would always say I didn't even have my own approval. You know what I mean? And it was really hard.
Wow.
And so what I did, being Italian from Southeast Pennsylvania, is I fought it.
Right, of course.
Right?
Barrett.
Yeah, like I'm Rocky Balboa in round 13, and I'll just keep fighting.
Stairs, start running up.
Right.
Yep.
But you don't fight depression like that. You collect it. That's what actually happens. And so eventually, it gets to be pretty heavy. I can bring in your podcast down now. But it was way later in my life that I kind of was able to look back and learn a lesson that Steve taught every day on that show, which was I would stand in front of the camera and ask for help.
That's so cool, man. Wow, that is really cool.
And it wasn't until I did that in the moment I did that in my life, it was the most transformative thing that ever happened in my life.
Wow, that is really cool, man. Wow.
Yeah, it's great. I don't know if you guys have seen this thing going around social media where there's two guys at a ball game, and the one guy is kind of quiet and he's sitting there, and his friend is trying to cheer him up, and he's the happy guy, and he's always rooting, and he's trying to make everyone around him happy. The game's going on. His buddy, are you okay? This and that, and then the video goes on, and then all of a sudden the happy guy's chair is empty, and this is the guy who takes his life. And the whole time, you think, as a viewer, it's the guy who's been sitting there the whole time. And I think that's for something that's very true and very eye-opening. I know I worked with the late, great Robin Williams. It's the same thing. When people go out of their way to make others happy, it's usually because they're fighting a really dark battle inside themselves, and they don't want other people to feel that way.
Yes.
So it's a good lesson for all of us to understand that. you know?
Yep. It's not always the one that's the most happy.
No,
Yeah,
no,
it's
no,
not.
no,
It's
no.
not. That really, wow. That's and then what was this? Explain it, and then we'll get off it. We'll go on to more fun stuff.
No, I
but-
love talking. I just want to bring down your podcast.
No,
you
you're
know?
not. This is great.
I love talking about this stuff. You know?
No, this is great. No, but there was this whole thing that went on too, where you had to go on. You had to go on the Today Show, Good Morning America, with your producers, and like people thought you disappeared, or what happened when you left the show?
My perspective,
this
you
is
did.
Andy,
Like, I watched it
this
every
show.
day.
I mean, he's your generation.
And
That's
then one
the kid
day-
who watched every day.
You were gone.
Well, here's the thing. There's two things. I did leave the show, so that I understand. But even while I was on the show, this was during the time. These are the people who created Blue's Clues, by the way.
Right. Very cool.
These were the people in the audition who thought what I did was weird
Are you
and good.
serious?
They thought it was weird and good, and they were like, "We need that guy."
Really?
Yeah, it's them.
You literally cast the children's Pacino over here, the children's Pacino,
Right.
as we call him.
Right.
Wow, crazy.
That's Tracy. She's blue,
Hey! Oh my gosh.
and that's
This is
Angela,
so
who
rad.
invented Blue's Clues.
This is so cool.
Very cool.
Wow.
No,
Welcome.
so I left the show, and I understand that from your perspective, you're like, where did my friend go? Like, I get that. But while I was on the show, the internet was just starting to internet, right? And the internet decided that I died.
Right, that's what I was going to say. Right.
I think were you like the first iteration of this? Because this has happened now. This has gone on to happen to people.
You know what? It's a weird thing, man, and it's a hard thing to talk about because very few people understand it. But when the internet is so powerful, it can create a consensus.
Oh, yeah.
That the human mind can't really comprehend.
Right.
It's one thing, like if you're in high school and everyone in high school thinks something shitty about you.
Yeah.
And we all know the pain of, I think a lot of us know the pain of that.
Absolutely.
And that's an intense pain.
Yeah.
That's a hard pain. That's a kind of pain that changes your life and can affect who you are, right?
Yep.
Now imagine if 220 million people think something crappy about you.
Dude.
And there's nothing you can do to stop it. Like I would go on television and be like, I feel great.
Yeah.
And the world would say, you're dead instead. You know?
Didn't they say they had some doppelganger for you running around being you? That's how bad it got, right?
Yeah.
Say,
And
that's not you, it's me. No, it's not you. It's somebody who looks like you. Right.
Guys, they did this to Ben Savage.
yep. I was going to bring him
Yeah, they did the same thing. You don't
Right,
understand?
right.
For 3 weeks, he was like, I mean, his parents were worried. I mean, everybody flipped out. Well,
But they confused you with Martin Lawrence. Remember when Martin Lawrence was jogging in a,
well,
in a
I was gonna
trash
get
suit
there. I was gonna
for
get
Bad
there.
Boys? He was trying to lose weight for Bad Boys, and he like passed
gonna get
out.
there.
And they announced on the radio, Matthew Lawrence is in the hospital in a coma.
Yeah, I see you,
And I'm getting all these calls.
And we were like, what?
Your brother's trying to lose weight.
What's
I mean,
going
what?
on? What?
Yeah.
He's
and
the
I'm like,
skinniest one of all of us.
They're
He
like-
can eat whatever the hell he wants.
And then
He
we
has
realized
abs no matter what he eats.
it was
We hate
Martin.
him. He just
Martin Lawrence.
It was Martin Lawrence.
Yeah. No, I know.
I can see how they got you confused.
It's true, yeah. You were fabulous in Blue Streak. You were amazing. No, but so go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, yeah. So, you know, you were talking about Fred Savage for 3 weeks and his mom. My mom called me crying once. Like, are you okay? And I'm like, this isn't funny anymore, you know? And after about 5 years of that, I started to feel a little bit like, is this a cultural preference?
Right.
Is this what people would prefer? Like, why can't we shake this? No, I get that now, but you know. But again, you know, we were talking about what I was going through at the time and what I was not addressing and where my kind of natural brain state was. That was a bad combo.
Absolutely.
You know, that got a little heavy and dark for a while there. It's a weird thing. Like I think it's a way that we need to treat the internet differently, especially with social media.
I agree with you.
Especially,
I agree with you.
Like, because you can bully someone online and it feels victimless and it feels small, but it's big. It's big,
huge, dude.
And you can be really causing actual harm. And we still see this. We see this all the time. We see like this person did this because of what was happening, and and we still feel like it's victimless, but it's not. You have so much power with your stupid comment. You have so much power to hurt somebody. But I also do believe
to the opposite
yes,
side,
I
because
believe
you are a
that's true.
perfect example.
I believe that you can also do the opposite.
Dude, you did. You literally did. No, you absolutely did. There isn't, bro. You when you came out of life back on social media, and you did that thing where you told where you stood it down the barrel like you do so perfectly, and you told everybody to be proud of themselves and look at where they are. I mean, I'm getting chills just repeating it, dude. And, bro, I can't tell you how, like, from the bottom of my heart, personally, thank you. Because, dude, and everybody in this room, all of my friends, bro, man, thank you for just being a constant force of positivity and dealing with all that pain, but not putting it on us, man. You did bury that for all of our sakes, and man, we just so deeply appreciative and thankful for that. And now, to your message to the world. Where did you come up? How did you decide that was something you needed to do?
Well, there wasn't a huge amount of thought that went into that, really. I mean, there was Blue's Clues turned 25. We were doing a whole bunch of stuff. I was kind of behind the scenes. I was directing a music video that day. And I think there was just general talk of like, oh, we should all do shout outs or something. And I remember thinking, oh, hold my beer. I think what I said was, oh, I'm going to kick him in the childhood. I think that's what I said.
That's awesome. Oh, that's great.
But I knew I didn't want to talk to Josh's crowd, the new guy on Blue's Clues. It was like, I don't want to talk to the kids.
Hey.
The kids don't know who I am. I'm just the bald guy who's on the show every now and then. Like, why is he on the show? I was like, I want to talk to my friend.
Right.
Dude, and like just pick up where we left off. Because Blue's Clues, the way Angela wrote the show, the thing is that it met you at your level of understanding with respect.
Yeah.
Right? That was the idea.
Yeah.
And that meant that I was sincere when I said, will you help me? And you're smart and you can do this. But it also meant that we were talking often about things like graham crackers.
Yep.
Right? And shapes and colors and stuff. But I just thought, what if we scale that up and just continue the conversation and talk about what a crappy year 2020 was and how incredibly mean everyone was online and how we were starting to celebrate cruelty.
Yes.
And how we were like lifting it up to the highest places and like people were just being mean a lot. And it was pandemic and it was hard. Like it was a hard year.
Dude,
I just literally said, let's talk about that, and nobody wrote it. I just like did it.
Wow. That's absolutely incredible.
How powerful was that, huh?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is, I needed it too. We all needed that. I think that was a moment.
The teardown industry is one that's fighting hard to stay alive. The teardown industry, man, it's real. I mean, the one through line to it all is something that happens where they make up something or something is crazy or they go with a narrative that they just love, and then you are expected to defend that narrative that's not even a narrative. And then you have to try to, and like you said, the perception takes its own spin and life, and now you're sitting there thinking to yourself, is this the narrative that everybody actually wants? Like, that's a very powerful statement. Is this something, do you want the demise of me? Like, is that kind of what everybody has universally agreed upon? And that's what's wild.
Yeah.
I'm lost.
I think that's the through line.
There is one thing, where, again, it's the interneting, right? Where,
Damn you, internet.
Through the sheer force of like consensus or repetition, a falsehood can become a form of real, right?
Right. Oh, for sure.
And that's a dangerous thing. But we were saying before about the cruelty and the people bullying and things like that. I agree with you that everyone is entitled to a diversity of opinion and that is part of what makes a beautiful life.
Yeah.
But I don't think that your opinion is necessarily more important than basic human respect.
Oh,
100%.
Well, that is. Well, wait a minute.
In any given
Dignity,
moment. In any given moment.
Respect,
So darn true.
discourse, the way you communicate, being considerate. I talk to my daughters all the time. Consideration, right, and kindness is like
compassion. Just some basic
Those
human
words,
fundamentals.
those words are so vital. We can actually talk about anything if we're kind, compassionate, and considerate. Truly. That's it.
And don't assume.
And the greatest things that have happened to us as people, and the greatest accomplishments that we've had, always have those as the main ingredients. We're able to work through anything with those things, and that's what we've lost a lot. You know, and like you said, it's become easy with the internet
that's exactly what I was-
because
yeah.
you can get away with
You can hide
horrific.
behind-
You can
you can
hide.
hide behind
You don't have to
people's
look in somebody's
face.
eyes and say it.
Yeah. And
That's
it's
it.
easier- It's almost
That's
easier to be
what I meant,
hurtful.
It is.
You know,
It
when
is.
You're not looking in someone's eyes, and you're not seeing how it's affecting them. You're just throwing stuff out
You
into
don't
the ether.
feel like you're being hurtful. You feel like you're being fun or powerful or
Right.
something.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Just being
That's
a
very interesting.
Yeah, it is true.
That is. That is. Wow.
I got no room. Don't like mean people. It's just
No.
they're not
Mean
now.
is.
I don't like terrible grammar.
I don't like. I'm a big thing about.
And you
I
know,
gotta think
you know
about
what
punctuation.
I rule people out on all the time, and I know I judge people on this, and I probably shouldn't. If you're mean to waiters, I'm like,
Oh, actually, no, that's a tall tale sign, dude. Tall tale sign. Yeah, actually, absolutely.
you're
tall tale
saying
sign.
a lot. If you're mean
If
to
you're
you,
mean to
you're
any-
saying
if
a
you're
lot.
mean to
You're
anybody-
saying
Amen to that.
something.
Yeah, you could be having a bad day, but if you're mean to anybody, I'm going to probably think less of you.
We have a lot of people who work in the restaurant industry in our family. We do. Cousins, daughters, things like that. And so we even know, like, we stack the plates.
Oh, yeah.
Because we know what it's like. Just to see people sitting back and give the tables being cleared, and they're like, it
Drives me
irks
nuts.
us so
Drives me
bad.
nuts.
It's so strange.
Yeah.
Don't like
I like
it.
to organize things anyway, so I do stack. I stack. I put all the forks the same way. They're like, oh my gosh, thank you. I'm like, no, I thank me because I couldn't. I had to have this organized before you took it off the table. It looks so much better when you take it off and it's all stacked up nice and neat, you know?
God, the rest of us need people like you.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Little does Joe know he's the main cause of arthritis in all the restaurant industry from 40-pound stacks of plates.
I hand it to them. I'm like, here you go.
Don't stack.
Yeah, exactly.
No stacking. I know. I love it. I love
He's
it.
got all these muscles and he gives them to the poor frail person. No problem. Here's 50 pounds of
Right,
plates.
right. Andy is by far the strongest of the three of us.
Oh,
give it to
don't.
him. He is.
Go on.
He is.
You guys should fight. Let's break the pull stick.
Yeah, no, it's Andy's.
Recent slogan. You know, I've become the pull-up guy now.
No. So I've been working out.
How many pull-ups do you
I
have?
will say I've been working out a little bit, and I could barely do like 4 pull-ups. Okay, really, because my legs weigh most of my weight, and
It's true, he's got
I have
tree
like
trunks.
tree trunk legs.
Andy is built like an anvil. You know, like he's literally a cinder block. He's the widest of us. It's really funny because
We're gonna spend some time here.
Andy is the broadest. I'm in the middle, and Matt's the most slender. That's the way it works physically with the three of us, you know? And so go ahead, Andy. So we couldn't do any pull-ups or
I could
four.
do 4 pull-ups. Bottom line, now I can do 20.
Sets.
20
Sets
strict
of
pull-ups?
20, all the way down, fully extended, all
an
the way up,
impressive thing.
and not Mark Wahlberg chin up. I know Mark's ripped up. Nothing against him, but have you seen his pull-ups?
He corrected that. He corrected that.
Okay.
He corrected that.
Thank God.
He's got 20. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Because that was embarrassing.
Yeah.
Andy showed his video. You're counting to 40, and he's like,
That's it.
pull-ups?
They're called elbow ups.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. You
No,
gotta
but- no,
get
but
it.
Mark's
Check out
awesome.
the trip. Check out the trip.
Yeah, but I love, we love both, all the
I
Wahlbergs
rise
are
him all the
dope.
time. Yeah, municipal, because he does these 3 a.m. workouts. So just as a joke, I was like, just as a joke, he does 3 a.m., 4 a.m. workouts. I'm like, I can't even think straight at 4 a.m. I'm getting up, but there's no way I'm working out. So just as a joke, I was like, I did a couple of videos where I was like, yo, thanks everybody, so great, it's my 2 a.m. workout. You know, it's no joke. And I said, shout out to Mark, I know there's a club out there that does 3 a.m., this is the 2 a.m., and this is really when you get your pump on. And then, no joke aside, he's like, what's up? Oh, I'm getting in 1 a.m., everybody. I'm like, I'm kidding, Mark. I'm not working out at 2 a.m., bro. There's no way. Yeah, 1 a.m., yo, can you feel it? Yeah, I can too. He does.
His schedule came out. It
It's-
probably was a doctored schedule because who would actually release their schedule?
What
You
do you
know,
mean? Work out, eat, meditate, work out, pray, work out, kids, work
About
out.
the schedule was like, wow, what an amazing schedule. Yeah, it's a luxury.
Yeah.
If you've got that kind of cash to just be able to do whatever you want all day.
my schedule's just work 9 to 5, and work
Mine's
and
making
work.
lunches, homework, school, trying to work, pay bills. I mean, I don't know. And trying to squeeze a workout somewhere in the course of my day because it's part of my mental health, you know. But other than that, my goodness, I mean, it's pretty crazy, you know. Municipal, get it. Yeah, the drip. I love the drip. Feel it.
It works well on you, though.
Oh, thanks, man.
I
yeah.
feel like Joe
I'm
should
actually,
do-
I'm actually
You
hot.
should
Are you
do
guys
like
hot
a
in here?
municipal campaign.
Municipal campaign for him?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, I'll do it. Are you guys hot? I'm hot. All right, hold on.
You gotta take it off too, buddy.
Listen to these guys. They're wolves.
Cue the music. Oh gosh, Joe's gonna revert back to his Chippendale days
Yeah,
here.
thanks. I appreciate that.
He's got a little bow tie on
I was
underneath
guest
it.
hosting. I was not taking off any clothes.
I'll
These
never-
guys razz me about that. I got kids. You know, they come to you. They're like, "Hey, we're gonna pay you to host this show." I'm like, "I don't want to do it." And they're like, "But you got kids," and then they pay you, and you're like,
Did they really? Did Chippendales tell you that?
No, they didn't say the kids.
Was it like
thing.
they were holding your kids over your head? Was it like, we know how to get to Joey Lawrence?
You want to
He's
pay
got
for these kids? Yeah. You pay for these kids.
You'll dance and you'll like it.
Right? No, I didn't. You know what I did? I hosted.
Wait,
and,
you're like,
and I
what was
sang
the
a
actress
song.
that did striptease?
Demi Moore? Oh no, Elizabeth Berkley.
Remember she said
I
the
knew
same
that.
thing? Never mind.
You did. Nah, yeah,
I
I
knew
know.
that.
Whatever. It doesn't. Anyway, they love to razz me about that stuff. But I was hosting and I sang a song. So very un-Chippendales. I let all the other guys do all that other stuff. You know, I just was there for a few weeks having some fun hosting. You know, and these
Steve, are
guys.
you familiar with the Chippendales show in Vegas?
I know what it is. Yeah, it's dudes in bow ties and little else.
That's right.
I wish
You're
we could
sitting
smash
next to
a bunch
one.
of the four of us doing a Chippendale routine right
I
now.
know.
We will. We'll do it.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing it.
No. Yeah.
We'll call it Magic Richmond. Wow. No, anyway, man, that's really incredible stuff, though, dude. When you think about so after that, what did you do? When you got out of Blues Clues, what did you do? Pick us up.
Here's the thing.
Like, what do you do coming out of that?
Yeah, for me, most of half of my Blues Clues career, Blues Clues was my side hustle.
Okay.
That's the truth. I was a voiceover actor,
Okay.
right? You guys have all heard me on TV your whole lives, right?
Okay.
I'm currently the dude who says Snickers satisfies, right? Like you have heard me on
No way, dude.
on
Drop. What?
commercials my whole life, you know? So that's what, like Blues Clues was like a special thing that, wasn't, necessarily making a whole lot of money for me at first, So I always felt like I was,
You guys. Come on.
no, it wasn't them. It wasn't them. Yeah, they were in the same boat, you know what I mean? So,
I guess you're right. I'm just putting blame wherever I can.
no, but I'm just saying, so I had this other job that allowed me to do other things, right? And it was I was a voiceover guy, which was a great gig. Donovan does, he knows. Like, it's the best possible job in some ways. And I did that the whole time. I was constantly, that was my main gig.
That's really cool. I tried voiceover work, and they tell me that I sound like Joey Lawrence. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I'm not
You'd be
kidding.
I do
Right.
not have a Philadelphia accent.
Right. No, I'm like, hey everybody, it's so great to be like a little less Joey Lawrence. I'm like, how do I do that? I can't. I can't do it.
I can't.
So,
I
anyway.
auditioned for a role that
you
was
actually
looking
did something.
for a young Joey Lawrence, and I didn't get it. It's like I'm literally a Lawrence, but okay.
But you've done
VO?
Yeah,
Love VO.
dude.
Yeah, I'm big.
I mean,
Well, you do
Recess
like
and all
character
that
stuff,
Yes.
right? Yeah, I
did a
don't
lot-
do that.
Yeah, it was a lot. Yeah. Recess was awesome. That was a big
Yes.
one. That was really, really cool. And then I do a lot of video games.
Yeah,
big, big,
I
big
suck
video
at that.
game. Yeah.
I wish I was good at that.
Dude, they're fun, man. I got blessed enough to direct,
you direct some.
the last Need for Speed Heat.
Cool, man. That's
which was
cool.
all the PCAP, I should say, the performance capture part of the game. Because games, there's a million people there's 12 directors, and it's a huge thing. But the performance capture, they'll bring me in.
That's fun, man.
It's really cool, man.
That's cool.
Andy's directing a lot now. Andy's a really good director.
You guys are
Yeah.
busy, man.
I don't know. We started this pod. I mean,
We weren't
honestly,
for like a decade, and then
yeah,
it all just
was,
started.
it all comes around, I mean, the '90s are, back, and I think that, there's
Thank God.
Yeah, thank God. Truly.
Because we've been waiting.
Yep.
Things go full circle.
10 years. Speaking of Robin Williams, right? 10 years, give you a crick in the neck. No, and it is.
Somebody just rubbed the bottle. We
Right,
can't.
right, right.
Exactly.
Hey, the '90s, you call? Because I got it. Whoa, I'm here. So there's so much. Anyway, there's a lot of love. There's a lot of love for brotherly love, which is why we called the pod that. Right. And it's led to really talking about doing a scripted show again, the three of us, which is crazy.
Yeah, I just read that about you guys.
Yeah.
Box or something?
Yeah, we're working on it. It's really cool. It's full circle, But we started doing this coming out of the pandemic because we didn't know what was going to happen. It was whole world was. I mean, who knows? We were like, we got to do something. So we just said, what do we do?
COVID and strikes and AI. We thought
It's over.
we should podcast.
Yep. Time to podcast. And,
Everyone's got them. Why not us?
Yep. So we didn't know there were 5 million of them.
Comment that was really funny. It was like, these are the comments are pretty good, but this one comment wasn't good. And they're like, oh, they're giving anybody a podcast these days. I was like, that's not the way that it works. Anybody can have a podcast these days.
Nobody gave it to us. We just took it and spent
just
our own
did
money.
They're giving anyone unfettered access to the internet these days.
It's true. It's really wild, man.
All it is, right?
It's all it is.
Yeah.
It's all it is. No, and then it grew, and this community that watches and supports us every week is really unbelievable. You
Really
guys
awesome.
are just.
Yeah, round of
I mean,
applause.
it's
Thank you.
our little pod of all the pods out there is broken into the top 50, which is like unheard of because
Little pod that could.
there are literally millions of pods, like 5 million pods or more. It's crazy. So anyway, it's allowed us to be able to have people like you on and be here in Richmond and have a live pod.
But I got
It's very
we gotta do full circle and finish this story
Yeah, finish this, and then we'll take some questions.
So after a few beers, you decided that it would be smart to reach back out to everybody and check in to your old friends, and you did, and it had a
Profound effect.
cosmic
It did.
effect on
It went
generations.
bananas, yeah.
And I mean, dare I say it? Blue's Clues has always been around, but it almost revitalized, at least for my generation, a whole new era, and like a whole new, I guess maybe old fans reconnecting and appreciation for it.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I think that the little kids were loving Josh at
course.
that point.
Oh no,
Of course.
yes.
But I think you guys were like, oh, he's not dead.
Yes.
He is alive. The response was just absolutely surprising to me, and really wonderful, and kind of very healing for me. And I feel like this is a good time after what you just said to talk about my new podcast.
Yeah. You got one?
We're gonna launch one this summer. Yeah, we're still.
They
Yeah.
literally give anybody a podcast these days.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll tell you. It's what it is. No, good. Tell us about it.
No, I'm just saying, like, it's literally, remember that viral video? It's that. We're just gonna talk about the hard stuff together,
Nice.
with
Great, man.
with respect and care, just like we used to.
That's awesome, dude.
What's it called?
It's called Steve Burns Alive.
Nice.
I love it. All right, cool.
That's great, dude.
Where
That's great.
does everybody find it?
Everywhere?
We're still working on that part because we have a few options, but we're still working on that part. But it'll be out this summer.
Nice, man. Well, that's good. I love it. On that note, we want to take some.
All right, let's take some questions.
Yes, some questions from the audience. So how do we do this? We've never had to take questions like this. We have our question and answer episodes that we do, and for our supercast and stuff, we always take questions. We love your questions.
They can shout them out and we'll repeat them. Raise
Yeah,
your hand. We'll
yeah,
choose
raise your
them.
hands.
All right.
Anybody got any questions? Random questions? If not, it's okay too.
Go ahead. What's your name?
My name's Logan.
Logan.
I want to appreciate what you had to say. One, I'm dealing with depression also, but thank you.
All right, man.
You're welcome.
This is for our youngest. Do you think if Recess ever came back, do you think you still did the voice?
If Rhesus ever came back, would you do the voice, Andy?
There's a good chance. We'll say that. We'll say that. Looking good.
Is he grown up now?
I can't tell you that.
Oh.
You got to find out. But there is a really good. There's a great idea for it, and I hope that Disney signs off and they bring it into fruition. They've been talking about it, and Paul and Joe, the creators, who also created a show called Rugrats, they're very talented guys. They killed it. They came up with a great concept that I think would not only incorporate new fans, but would really make all the old fans of the show happy. So I'm praying that it sees the light of day soon, because I think
it.
everybody would be stoked.
There we go. Who's next? Yes. What's your name?
So I would like to tell my 10-year-old self, Joey, did you ever have a 1993 black Lexus SE400?
I did.
Oh, okay.
How do you know that? I mean, why do you just?
You literally just found the way to his heart.
Time in the future going back to tell 10-year-old Tiffany.
Wow. I did. I'm a huge car guy. I love
So
cars.
wait, the question was, did you have a what?
A black 1993 SC400 Lexus. Yes, I did. I did. You know what's crazy? I had to drive the family minivan for the first year in this white Pontiac Transport to the mall when I was pretty famous, and it didn't matter, but the van was not my favorite, you know?
And he was in a bunk bed with me,
And
too,
I
which
was
is
sharing a
hilarious.
bedroom with my brother Matt.
While you were on a number one hit television show.
Till I was 16, wasn't able to get my own room, so that was pretty cool. But I was able to research my first car, which I bought myself, obviously. But I had to prove to my parents that it had all the proper safety precautions, and I threw.
What I heard was the reason why your parents wanted you to get the Lexus was because it was the safest car at the time.
It was definitely the safest car for a two-door at the time. It had steel bars in the doors. It had state-of-the-art airbags at the time, passenger and driver and side, which was unheard of at the time. And I had to convince them and show them all the statistics and facts. And it was the only one. I had a lot of cars that I wanted to get. That's the only one that met the safety requirements that they wanted. So I got that one. And it was great. Dude, at the time, it was beautiful, state-of-the-art.
I'm a Lexus girl now because of you.
Really?
I'm an Eagles fan.
Eagles! Go Birds, go Birds.
Hey, wait, are you Eagles fan?
I'm from Maryland. And then last, my dream car is a Dylan McKay Porsche.
Is it a Porsche?
Yeah, 1960.
Oh, don't get him started about Porsche.
Don't get him started on Porsches, please. Please don't. Oh.
Porsche. There is no
Oh,
substitute. I'll tell you that.
To get to the Lexus before I get to the
Yeah, absolutely. You know, walk before you run, baby. Walk before you run. Porsches are my favorite. Anyway, thank you. I love that. All right. Who else? We'll try to get everybody here. What's your name?
Vivian.
Vivian.
Most embarrassing thing you're willing to tell us.
Most embarrassing thing we are willing.
Let's just go down the line. Matt?
Andy.
So with Andy. Andy's got a lot of them. Andy's nuts. So, go ahead, Andy. Joey?
Okay, you know what? It's just not that crazy, but it's still on my mind because it was embarrassing. I was starting a new school. We just come out here from Pennsylvania. I'd been in a Quaker school. I was very isolated in that way. We were kind of in like a family bubble, and I got thrown into this school in LA where there's all these cliques, all these cool kids, and all these things on my first day, and I had borrowed a pair of Joe's boots. They were a little too big on me.
I remember that.
And I come walking in, and it's like one of those
Jeez.
corridors, you know, like you see in a movie where all the kids are lined up at all their locker, and I'm just like, oh, I want to be as small as possible walking down here. And I started to trip. And I didn't stop tripping somehow until the end of the hallway. Everybody in the school saw me do it. It was like a movie. They were all laughing and pointing. And from that day on, like, it's still ingrained in my head, like I was the most embarrassed I've ever been, I think.
Yeah. Sorry about that, buddy.
Yeah, it was a bummer.
I tried to help them out. They were cool boots, but they were a little big. So, yeah. All
That's
right.
interesting, Joe.
No, what? Oh. You sure you don't want to go?
Sure.
Okay. Embarrassing. Well, there's been a lot, unfortunately. I've had to watch myself grow up, like, in front of the camera, right? So,
Yeah, it's
a lot of embarrassing things. I let somebody pluck my eyebrows and made me look like a freak. I've been told I look like AI, at times. But
You've been told you look like
Jude Law in AI.
from the movie AI.
It's true. I had no hair.
He was a cyborg in
had
that
hair
movie.
implants. I've had everything, right? But I haven't really had anything. But at the end of the day, one of the most embarrassing thing was I had to go back to school. It was really cool when Andy was born. My mom did the greatest thing ever, which is that she completely pulled us out of the business for 3 years. It was the best 3 years of my childhood in the regard that I was able to be fully immersed in middle school, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, had made all the connections that I needed to with my lifelong friends, was able to play sports, go to the dances, and I hold on to those 3 years because I was in Pennsylvania, in my school, Abington Friends. I was a lifer there. I graduated from there, but I was going back and forth every 3 weeks. And we were first day of middle school, and I thought, man, I'm really cool. So I had my Doc Martens and my peg leg jeans, my Z Cavaricis, which I thought were really cool. And everybody was pretty in awe because I was kind of famous. And I wasn't even thinking about that, but I came. Well, I was, but I wasn't thinking about
Who says that?
I was. I just said it because it's the context of a story, you moron. All right, so hold on. So I'm walking in there, and I was like, I mean, should I? You know, I was worried about what I wear, because it's like the first day in school, as a middle schooler. So I had a trench coat and a little Henley. I'll never forget this. But you had to walk through the upper school. You had to walk through the upper school to get to the middle school, and I walked in there, and a couple of 10th graders came up and was like, "Hey, welcome back, man." And I was like, "Oh, thanks so much." They're like, "Hey, you know what, dude? We love what you've been doing. Why don't you use the upper school bathroom?" And I was like, "Wow, thanks, guys. It's gonna be great." So I was like, upper school bathroom, and I was like, awesome, first day. And I was feeling really good. And they said, "Yeah, go on. We'll keep watch so nobody bothers you." And I was like, I'll never forget it. And they locked me in there and put trash cans in front of the door. I literally was trapped in there. There was no phones, right? So I was in the upper school bathroom. It was a side bathroom down the corridor. I was in there for like 4.5 hours till lunch. And I came out, and at my teachers, nobody knew where I was. Everybody was really mad. My parents were called. Super embarrassing. I didn't want to stand out really that much. That made a big deal.
Funny? I've got one other weird memory
Like
of
that?
AFS.
I'll never forget.
Do you remember you had to get up and sign your name to go use the restroom?
Oh, yeah.
I had to pee so bad, and there was a line that I peed my pants. I think I was like 7. I was like first grade.
Wow.
Next question. We're running out of time.
You're the
We're running out of
one.
time.
I was like,
Matt, we're running out of time. We got to get some more questions in here.
All right, more questions. Good.
Okay. All right. So I love that you guys talk about like old movies and what you show your kids. I've been showing my 8-year-old son old 90s TV shows.
Okay, love it.
So I've showed him Home Improvement. I've showed him
Great.
Prince, and now I'm showing Boy Meets World. So what TV shows would you show your kids, or like what do you think are good sitcoms?
Brotherly love.
Oh, yeah. Blossom. Honestly, I might even go back a little further.
Cheers.
Yeah, I've let my girls watch Cheers. I've let my girls watch Who's the Boss and Growing Pains. Because they're great shows. They were just, what I liked about stuff.
Dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs
was a great.
Great. Dinosaurs was great. There was a tandem that created Melissa and Joey, and Bob Young and David Kendall. Bob Young created Dinosaurs.
Well, with Michael
Jacobs. Exactly right. Yeah. So that's full
a
circle.
handful.
Yeah. Anyway.
Next question.
Yeah, but
We're running out.
all right, go.
Well, it's a request.
Okay.
If you guys feel comfortable, especially with too much sleep, could we get a little line or two of you send me?
Ooh. Wow.
Send me, baby. Oh, yeah. You send me all
around. Yeah.
To my room.
Ooh, you send me, baby. You send me all around. Yeah. Ooh, we're working on that. You send me, baby. You send me all around. Yeah. Wow.
All right, last question here because we're running out of time.
That's it. Go ahead.
Will there be a mistletoe mix-up too?
Yes. Mistletoe mix-up too. It's actually already filmed.
It's done.
It's done.
It'll be out this Christmas.
Hopefully this Christmas.
Yes.
Maybe next Christmas.
Hopefully
this Christmas.
It will be. It's done. It's better than the first one. It was so cool. We made the first one kind of just as an experiment with our friends because we were just trying to figure it out, and it turned out pretty good. It became Amazon's #1 Christmas movie. Crazy. So the second one we actually really worked hard, and I think it's better. Actually, it's better than the first one.
We didn't work hard on the first
We
one.
did, but
we worked very
it was
hard
a
on the
different
first
beast.
one.
It was a different
very hard
beast.
on the second one, and
Yes.
and Mistletoe Mix-Up 2 is coming out. So
Yes.
stay tuned.
Yes.
Everybody,
Guys.
thank you so much for coming.
Thanks, guys.
To the Brotherly Love Pod,
And thank you
baby.
to Steve Burns.
Steve Burns, man.
Amazing
That was
guest.
awesome, bro. Yeah, dude, really appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Check
Don't
out
leave me
his
hanging.
pod. Come
Yeah,
out,
Steve,
check
don't
out
leave me
Steve
hanging.
Pod.
We
Steve
will see
Burns
you
alive.
guys next week.
Brotherly Love Pod. Yep.
Every Friday. Much blessings
On
to
the
you guys.
pod.
Have a
Thank
good
you,
night,
everybody. Thank you all for coming.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it.
Yo. That's it. It's a wrap. It's over. Feels good. It's actually just the beginning, though.
First one down. More to come.
Hey, what's up, everybody? The
Lawrence brothers are here.
Thank you so much for enjoying this week's episode of the Brotherly Love Pod.
And if you want more of this show, check out our premium feed on Supercast.
That's right, where you'll see ad-free episodes, monthly AMAs, behind-the-scene content, and so much more.
That's brotherlylove.supercast.com to join.
Check out our link tree and subscribe on all platforms.
We'll see you all
next week.